Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. NASCAR Cup Series Quaker State 400 presented by Wal-Mart at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Mile and a half track in Hotlanta. This is I believe it's the 113th all-time race at Atlanta, the second of 2021. The first time since 2009 they've had two races. As we get this new car next year, as we add road courses, as we add hopefully street courses, and as we do some other things track-wise, what I would like them to do is a lot of these tracks like Atlanta, let's go once a year. Let's do different markets. Instead of going back to Atlanta, Georgia twice a year, let's go to Atlanta once a year. Make it special so that way people want to come. Because now there's two races. Well, let's go to the second race. Oh, we'll go to the first race, not the second race, or whatever. Make it where it's a destination. Have a Chicago, Kentucky, Iowa, which I've been saying they need to go Iowa for a long time. But that way we spread it out. That way you get different parts of the country to have races. But yeah, Atlanta has been in the news this week. I guess as soon as this race is over, they're going to repave. And they're going to reconfigure. They're going to dig it up. They're going to add 4 degrees banking to each corner. They're going to narrow the track. The straightaways will stay the same banking. 28 degrees in the corners from 24. New surface. With the new car next year, is it going to help? Is it going to make better racing? I know a lot of people are like, well, they don't ask the drivers. Well, they did ask the drivers. It would have been repaved 8 years ago. The driver said no. But I like the fact that they're just doing it. I don't think the drivers should have input. Here's why. We as race fans watch a race. Are we enjoying this particular race? Yes or no? If we don't enjoy the racing's not good to us as fans who are spending the ticket money and who's paying for it to watch it on TV, what's the point? The drivers are contractors. They race Denny Hamlin, for instance. He races for Joe Gibbs and FedEx. If Joe Gibbs and FedEx says, Denny, you're going to Atlanta, he's not going to say no. No matter how much he hates the track, no matter how bad the racing is to him, if the fans like it and the team likes it, they're going. But yeah, so we'll see how this all goes next year with the new car. I'm kind of excited. I got a couple of videos I want to do during the regular season. Then at the end of the season, between the last race of this year and Daytona, I'm doing the 100-day countdown. I'm going to preview all the car numbers, history of them all. Where I'm going to do a champions profile of all the champions in the Cup, Xfinity, and Truck, and some other champions as well from K&N, ARCA, etc. So there's going to be a lot of content between Homestead and Daytona. All right, let's get to this here. 400.4 miles, 260 laps, 3 stages, 80, 80, and 100. Most wins ever for car owner. Hendrick Motorsports 15, including this year. Joe Gibbs 11, Richard Childress 9. One of the most famous was in 2001. 3 races after the loss of Dale Earnhardt and Kevin Harvick on the last lap by inches. Beat Jeff Gordon. Ross Fenway's also got 9 wins here. Now, in the last 5 races, Penske's won 3, Joe Gibbs of 2. If you go back the 6 races before that run, Hendrick won 4 of 6. And so in the last 10 races of the season total, the last 10 races in NASCAR 2021, Hendrick has 7 wins and Gibbs has 3 wins. Larson 3, Elliott 2, Alex Bowman 2, Kyle Busch 2, Martin Truex Jr. So we're going to take a look at the points where they stand right now before we get into who's going to win Atlanta. With 20 races through the regular season, 6 races left: Atlanta, New Hampshire, Watkins Glen, Indianapolis, Michigan, and Daytona. Denny Hamlin is plus 327 to the cut line, so he's pretty much almost locked in with no wins. He is 3 points over Kyle Larson for the regular season championship. We could have a regular season champion with no wins. I'm fine with that. Because if you remember, the playoffs, the chase, came about because Matt Kenseth won the title with 1 win. So we could have that again. Denny Hamlin can literally get to Phoenix, and actually could run second at Phoenix, have one of the non-top 4 cars win, and he can win a title with no wins. Second in points right now is Kyle Larson with 4 wins. Again, only 3 behind Denny Hamlin for the regular season lead. William Byron 1 win, Kyle Busch 2, Logano 1, Chase Elliott 2, Martin Truex Jr. 3, Ryan Blaney 1. Currently 9th in points, plus 128 to the cut line is Kevin Harvick. Number 10 in points is Brad Keselowski with 1 win. Alex Bowman is 3 wins and 11th. 12th is Austin Dillon plus 73. 13th is Tyler Reddick plus 50. So we have both RCR cars right now in the top 16, which is great to see. 14th in points and last in on points as of right now is Kurt Busch. Now 15th and 16th are Christopher Bell. 16th is Chris Buescher, minus 25 from Kurt Busch. 17th is Michael McDowell, the winner of the Daytona 500, who, as long as there's 16 or less winners, is locked into the playoffs. But he's currently 17th in points. So you have Chris Buescher sitting there in 16th in points, 25 points behind Kurt Busch. 18th in points is Ross Chastain, 69 behind Kurt Busch. 19th in points is Ricky Stenhouse Jr., minus 70. And the number 20 in points right now is Matt DiBenedetto, minus 74. With 6 races left, it is mathematically possible for them to point their way in. But I believe that Ross Chastain, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Matt DiBenedetto need a win to make the playoffs. Chris Buescher could possibly, 25 points isn't a lot. Kurt Busch came back, has made up way more than that recently. But a lot could happen with those points right there as we get in closer. We've had 11 different winners. If we come up with a different winner for the next 6 races, that would put us at 17 different winners. I don't think that, at this point, I don't think that's going to happen. So let's look at the mile and a half so far this year. We've had 7 of them. Kyle Larson, 3 wins, average finish 4.2. In the last 3 mile and a half races, Kyle Larson averaged 1.3 with 2 wins. I believe the other one was a second. Kyle Busch, 5.1 average in the year, 1 win, 5.6 in the last 3. William Byron, 5.2 in the year, 1 win, 3.6 in the last 3. Kevin Harvick, 8.2, but is running better, 7 in the last 3. Denny Hamlin, 9.1, 11th in the last 3. Austin Dillon, 10.5 on the season through 7 races, 11.3 in the last 3. These are just on the mile and a half only, which is what Atlanta Motor Speedway is. Now, MTJ, Martin Truex Jr., 10.8 on the season with 1 win, 17.3 in the last 3 mile and a halves. That team is struggling bad right now. They are currently 7th in points. They do have the 3 wins, so they are locked in, but they need to find some speed. So they need to pick it up and figure out what's going on. Now, we look back at the Atlanta race earlier this season. Ryan Blaney passed Kyle Larson on the last lap for the victory. Kyle finished 2nd, followed by Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher, William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., and Kevin Harvick. Now, as we look at who's going to win, love to do who my picks are to win. This week, I am doing 4 picks. In the Truck Series, I will do just plain Cowboys Motorsports. It's hard to pick because, Kyle runs the truck. Same way with the Xfinity Series when Kyle's in the Xfinity Series. Sometimes it's hard to go, well, we know Kyle's probably going to win, but there's a chance Ty Gibbs could win. Joe Gibbs Racing. In the Cup Series, I think I've done that once, but I don't like to do that, so I'm going to do 4 picks. I'm going to do, obviously, Mr. Mile and a Half in 2021, Kyle Larson. Mr. 2 wins this year and 1 win last year. Both those wins came in a mile and a half. I'm sorry, one of those wins this year came in a mile and a half. The one last year came in a mile and a half. Kyle Busch. And then William Byron. When you average 3.6 in your last 3 mile and a half tracks, you're going to get a win on the mile and a half this year. And then my 4th pick, Kevin Harvick. He ran 10th in Atlanta. Stuart Haas has picking it up a little bit. In the last 3.5 miles, they've averaged 7th. As a team, Stewart-Haas has struggled this year. The Fords have struggled. But, I think they're smart enough, especially with the second go-around here. They're going to find something. So they're going to be one of my 4 picks. So, the Quaker State 400 presented by Wal-Mart. My 4 picks to win here on Robert Sports Show is Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, William Byron, and Kevin Harvick. So far in 2021, I am 2-0 doing ARCA Series picks. I am 5-8 in the Truck Series. Now, the last 12 Truck Series previews, I have had my Rowdy Energy in it, and Kyle Busch Motorsports is 8-3. Xfinity Series, I'm 7-10, and then the Cup Series, I'm 5-14. So yeah, I've struggled some, but you know what? When you got 38 cars starting a race and you're doing 3 picks, you do the math. I mean, yeah, we all know half the field is capable of winning a race, but still, you have 400 cars battling out. Those 400 cars so far this year has 10 wins. You got Joe Gibbs sitting here with Joe Gibbs, 6 wins. So yeah, I mean, you got all 3 Penske cars that won races this year. You got 4 Gibbs cars that won races. You got 400 cars that won races. So, all right, that is going to wrap this up. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. If you're a pro wrestling fan, make sure you check out Ring of Honor Best in the World preview coming up on Robert Sports Show. As always, just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.